welcome back. Today we have one goal. And that is to do the Panzer tank escape or whatever. That's what it's, the Panzer. 1, 2, 3, let's go or whatever. That's what the achievement's called. That's what we're going for. We're almost there. Actually, let me show you. Look, we've got almost all the achievements. We're so low. We're getting down to the wire. So we're going to do that. First off, we're going to play as Ted, because it's easier to play as Ted and carry Dolores than it is to be Dolores and carry Ted. And all we're going to aim for on this is food. Food and water, because we need a ton of it for the tank. We need like 5 cans or 5 bottles, whatever. At the same time, we need some defense stuff, I believe. Maybe medkit. I don't know yet. I may only aim for the parents. Let's just see how everything lines up for us. Honestly, I'm going to turn my mic up just a little bit. Let me look at the volume. La 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 la. Okay. Feels good to me. Oh, hopefully it's not too loud. I don't know. All right, so let's go somewhere where it's got a lot of food. Come on. Yeah. We're gonna grab this, and then grab those, and we are going to just have at it. Cool. We got the rifle and the hatchet right there. That's gonna be nice. We got the kitchen right there. All right, grab that. Boom, boom, boom. All right, throw these. We got this. Alright, we are aiming for as much food as possible. We will also grab the suitcase if we see it, which is right there. Alright. Water. I'll go ahead and grab the boy. Come on, little boy. Throw her. There we go. There we go. Got some weapons. Got the mom right here. We'll just go ahead and grab the bug spray since we're near it. Another thing of food. Alright, we gotta be quick. We could grab the daughter, I guess. I guess we can grab her. I see some stuff over here. I think that's it. Honestly, I'd like to grab more, but I can't. I don't think we'll have enough time. I think that's decent. That's decent. That's okay. That's okay. Man, I've been messing with my volumes. I mentioned it before. I don't know if I want to do it because I'm not monetized, so I don't have the extra funds to be able to do this kind of thing. I need to get a subscription to this, what is it, Adobe Premiere, so I can separate my audio, my mic and my game audio, so to make it easier to balance things out. So hopefully the audio is not too crazy. We scored big. This is good. And we got the med kit and a radio and bullets from the suitcase, most likely. All right, let's read it. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. We can't remember bringing those supplies down to the shelter, but we're not complaining. We probably should have stocked a bit better. But hey, look what we found in the suitcase. We grabbed upstairs. Good thing we didn't unpack our holiday luggage. So we did get cards, harmonica, and bullets that was already stocked. And we got a med kit and a radio from the suitcase. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, and we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Alright, so we don't need a feed, we don't need a water. Man, I feel like my screen quality is really bad. Am I tripping? Hang on, let me check if I can fix this a little bit. I don't know. I can't fix it here, so whatever. Alright, I'll settle with it, but it feels like my screen quality is bad. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just having one of those eye days, you know? We can make it work, even in Toronto. Question is, how do we find a boat and get there? We heard that's the best way to get to Europe. Alright, we don't need to do anything until the 5th, where we give them all water. We're definitely sending somebody out. We were pretty sure Mary Jane had her birthday 2 weeks ago, but it turns out it's today. Shall we get her something a young lady trapped in a tiny shelter would enjoy? We're giving them nothing, because we do still need to make everybody crazy. And that is very hard to do. I've been trying it almost every run, no matter what, while I'm doing these other achievements, and I still haven't gotten it. That one and the one against the roaches, I can't get that achievement. It's insanely difficult. I tried one time, and it was like I kept the roaches in the in the shelter for like 50 days, 60 days, and it did nothing, and it just blows my mind. We will send the dad. I don't really care. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really. Well, I guess yeah. Let's try to aim for try to aim for... We'll do the radio. Because we're trying to escape with the tank, so I don't really care if we do the government stuff or anything. We want to escape with the tank. We're at that point. We just need to have the fuel when we get that, when we find it. So, day 4, don't need anything. Our ammunition is missing. There's no way it was stolen. It has to be here somewhere. We need to find it. Also, keep in mind, I am actively reaching out to people to get permission to do some creepypasta reading stories, because the channel's long form, right? And I want to do stuff that people like to have in the background, stuff to go to sleep to, stuff to chill to, and hopefully play some games that you enjoy watching just to see strategies and stuff or whatever, and have you guys help me find better strategies and just kind of talk about it. So I haven't gotten permission yet. Basically, I haven't gotten a response yet, and it's probably because they get flooded. A lot of those people, they're really talented, and they've got a whole life around them. So it's, you know, I can't expect them to be just watching their DMs on Reddit, you know. And I don't use Reddit too often either, so they're probably like, who's this guy? Who's this dork? It was too dark to find those tiny bullets without a flashlight. They aren't lost. Technically, they're still in the shelter. Technically. All right, we can give everybody water now, I believe. Yep. Mary Jane didn't utter a single word today. This is very odd. Maybe someone should find out what's going on. Nope. We want them to go crazy. We need to rob people and all that fun stuff. We got to get lucky with the events. Alright, day 6, we don't need to do anything. We always thought life could be much better. That was before we got nuked. Now we think life could be much better. In a way, not much has changed. Play on words, brother. Play on words. But yeah, I think I'm going to start playing Bollocks Pit some more. I played that once. Check out that video. It was really fun. I actually had a blast. A knock on the door is not something we take lightly these days, so when a man came to our doorstep today... Sorry, I get the hiccups. Offering us a highly profitable game of cards, we weren't convinced. Is a bet of 2 soup cans in a card game a reasonable choice in our situation? I'm good. I'm not gambling nothing. Alright, the dad's back. Let's see. Any sick? That's okay. But, gas mask. A lot of water. Gambling is a terrible habit. What kind of example is that to set for the kids? We need supplies, but we're not getting them like that. We'd sooner rob someone. We sent that man away. Good riddance. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. Alright. During our expedition, we stumbled across a half-ruined wall with some half-burnt painting on it. We quickly realized we found the ruins of our local museum. Normally, we would never enter an establishment like that without a ticket, but desperate times call for desperate measures. We jumped over the turnstile without looking back. We were hoping for some sweets or some snacks, but all the museum canteen had to offer was some tomato soup. The poor, poor tourists. Between the rubble, we found a half-destroyed statue of a lady. She didn't have a lot of clothes on, save for a gas mask somebody put on her face, probably as a joke. We were hesitant to approach as the lady was dressed immodestly, but then we saw she was facing an urn. As long as there is an urn, it's art, and that's okay to look at. Everyone knows that. During our expedition, we stumbled into a weird bar. We could have sworn it wasn't there before. Inside, we were greeted by an old man sitting at one of those tables, sipping dirty water. He invited us to a friendly game of poker, promising a reward if we win. Well, we beat the old guy and got a scout handbook as a prize. We said our goodbyes and walked out of the bar. We hope to find this place again. When exploring the wasteland, we noticed a box of rifle ammunition sitting on top of a high statue. Climbing that thing wasn't an option, so we decided to play it smart. We made a slingshot from some junk laying around and shot the box using the checker pieces as ammo. Exploring the wasteland can be quite exhausting, so we stopped for a rest for a bit and turned on our radio, hoping to tune into anything else besides static, and so we did. We managed to catch frequency with some lovely songs. Those sweet tunes soon attracted a small group of friendly survivors. They stopped for a while to enjoy the music with us and were kind enough to share their water. They soon left after. We spotted some sort of vehicle just down the street. We couldn't get a good enough look at it in the dark, but maybe future expeditions will prove more fruitful. Nice. Actually solid. I'll go ahead and use that. I don't mind. We actually started the tank thing, so we should be good. And we got plenty of food, plenty of water. We should be good. Alright, we're going to send somebody else out. Mutated rodents are attacking our supplies. We're not sure if they're rats, feral bunnies, or just mutated hamsters. All of these options are pretty grim. We could use some ammunition or something to get rid of every one of these pests. We'll use the axe. I don't mind. But yeah, we're getting to a point where I'm getting a little bit nervous, right? I'm getting a little bit nervous because we're getting to the like really difficult achievements, and I'm kind of backed into a corner. You know what I mean? So I'm nervous for that. Hang on 1 second. Hang on. I'll cut that out, but I had to check because we're waiting for this Terminator guy or whatever. They're supposed to be coming because it's getting past the cold weather and let's see, radio. It's getting past the cold weather, and that's when we get like ants, and we also have like black widows and stuff like that all over our property. So all over our property. But we got to make sure we spray for those because I got kids. I don't want black widows all over the place. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. All right, we got to give everybody food and water. It's been a while. We don't know much about what's happening on the surface. If we only had a chance to tune into some emergency radio broadcasts and learn a thing or two. Day 11. Maybe I should have gave the mom food and water first. They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without any clue on what's going on might not necessarily kill us. They are starvation. We'll go ahead and give the kids some food. The kids have been fidgety lately. They miss running around and playing games with each other in their rooms. Even though the shelter is way smaller than their bedrooms, there's some space out front of the table that seems perfect for wildly sprinting around and playing tag. Should we let them play? No. We want to make everybody miserable. We want to make them go crazy. Want to make them go psycho. Playing tag? What a ridiculous idea. This is the apocalypse. It's a cruel world. Your every step is a matter of life or death. This is neither the time nor the place for silly games. How about playing something useful like Hunt the Roach? Christ. Okay, everybody's fine for now. It's hard to keep track of the time down here. We can't tell if it's day or night. Our sleeping patterns are messed up. These terrible light bulbs are not helping. Too bad we can't replace them. There has to be something else we can do about this. We don't have the med kit. Hopefully the kids don't get tired. At least one person needs to not be tired. The kids are crazy. Both the kids are crazy. Okay. Okay, we're on to something. Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we tried to get at least an hour or two of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were. And there are often problems we will need to face soon. Let's just hope our yawning will be enough to scare raiders away or save us from the radiation sickness. Hang on 1 sec. I've got to give them their proper scary hat, or the proper crazy hats. Let's see. What's a good crazy person hat for her? I guess that works. He's got the can of soup. I like that a little bit more. She don't really have a good one. Or wait. This one's different than the other no hat. Hang on. Is it? No, it's not. That's weird. We'll just do this. That works. Alright. Food and stuff. Starvation. Okay, so we need to give the dad food tomorrow. When conducting our daily supply count, we've noticed that the soup can was missing. We're absolutely sure it was there yesterday. That can only mean one thing. We have a soup thief among us. Now we need to figure out who the culprit is. Let's blame the dad. We want him to go crazy too. We want chaos. We want fighting. We want arguing. He went crazy. Oh my gosh, is this the run to finally get the loony bin? Holy cow, I hope we do. Looks like we just made a mistake when counting and started pointing fingers instead of making sure the can was actually missing. It's easy to think the worst when stuck underground in a tiny stinky cement box. The can was there all along, and the only thing we managed to do was turn against each other and fight for no reason. Oops, lesson learned. Alright. Alright. Okay, the dad, we'll give them both. We'll go ahead and give her water. Give him water. While Mary Jane was rummaging through our belongings, she found a single plant seed. We have no idea what kind of seed it is, but we've got the axe. Yeah. We had no idea what kind of seed it was, but maybe it's the start of something great. If we're lucky, it might be an apple tree or a cherry tree or something edible. We need to use a bottle of water to plant it. How about that? Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it. All right, the mom's here. Everybody's crazy but her. We got to pull this off. We got to lock in for this. Okay. Here goes nothing. Soil, seeds, water. We'll see what happens in a few days' time. Let's just hope these seeds don't turn into some useless flower. Mary Jane seems optimistic enough. Alright, we were glad to see Dolores come back safe and sound from the wasteland. Despite his rather calm demeanor, Timmy has gotten into a few fights before the apocalypse. His last victory was beating a kid named Ethan with a stick. Ethan's parents were furious and invited us over to discuss Timmy's behavior. Before we could schedule a meeting, the world went to heck. During the trip, we found their house and knocked on the door, but nobody answered. We decided to go in and investigate. These people were obsessed with tomato soup. We saw many cans in their ruined kitchen. Most of them were damaged and all the tomato goodness had leaked out, but some survived. Behind the remains of their kitchen counter, we found some bottled water. It's not our favorite brand, but it'll have to do. Yeah, let me get a drink. Not only do I have, like, kind of like those pressure hiccups, I got heartburn, man. Just acid reflux. It's crazy. Makes me feel like an old man. While exploring the wasteland, we got a bit tired and decided to take a short stop and rest. It's a good thing we took the cards. Whoops. Oh, I'm throwing things. We decided to short stop to rest. It's a good thing we took the cards. Nowadays, there aren't many things more relaxing than a round of solitaire under the greenish radioactive sky. When we were about to go, we noticed a few bottles stuck in the pile of junk. When we were passing through the ruins of the bar, we ran into a soup vending machine. We couldn't find any spare change, so we decided to try prying the checker pieces. It worked. Dang it, we really like that suitcase. Well, it's gone now. Our little trip to the surface might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. The vehicle down the street looks like someone's work in progress. We observed it from afar. Who could the owner be? We've kept our distance for the time being, but we might want to take a closer look in the future. This could potentially be our ticket out of here. Alright. Tired, hungry, tired, crazy, starvation. Okay, so we can send Timmy out. We can keep sitting on our backsides in this tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? We could do it on our own. The escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our ears open. I don't want to get spammed with the government thing. Okay, somebody's resting, so we may not have to send the boy, which I might send him anyways. If there's one thing we need to do, it's to use the radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcast that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that, or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. Let's see what anybody has. Okay, we'll go ahead and give these 3 food. We're going to send Timmy out. I don't know what to send him with. I guess the checker pieces, maybe. Well, no, because I guess the gas mask, keep him from getting sick. I don't know. Day 17. Let's hope he sees the vehicle. I hope we get the event to rob somebody, because that should make the mom crazy. And that would be a beautiful thing. Give her water. That's fine. Alright, we're good on that. We had thought phone calls were a thing of the past after the atomic bomb obliterated everything in our little town. However, a phone booth on our street survived the bombing somehow. It seems to be ringing right now. We should send somebody out to answer it. No, we're not going to do that. Come on, Mom. I just need her to go crazy. It's way too dangerous to just randomly run into the ringing phone in the middle of a radioactive ghost town. We're not taking any chances. It took a while before the ringing stopped. It was pretty annoying for all of us. He has both. She has dehydration. Alright, we'll do that the next day. Yesterday, during charades, we learned that Mary Jane doesn't know how to spell anti-disestablishmentarianism, and it left Dolores sorely disappointed. She insists on home, or rather shelter schooling Mary Jane. Let's do that, because it could fix our med kit, which would be nice. Yep. Fixed our med kit. Good deal. Dolores does not mess around. What started off as a spelling exercise quickly found its way to the math revision, followed by a short physics course, and ended with tinkering on random objects in the shelter. Mary Jane looks exhausted, but we can't deny the state of our shelter has improved today. Yep. Okay, give Ted both. Give her dehydration. Hear that? No, because no one is talking. Not a word in hours. None at all. We can't just stare and stare at the walls. We need to do something about this. Nope. We're not doing anything. I need them all to rest and to go crazy. And life will be so good. Imagine we get the tank escape and we get all of them crazy? That's two very difficult ones all in one. Oh, that'd be amazing. Okay, she's starvation, she's starvation. Give them both food tomorrow. We have plenty of distant relatives, but none of them mean as much to us as Auntie Ada. She lives in the country, so there's a good chance she's still configuring her cow counting machine and not worrying about nukes raining down on her hen house. Too bad we don't have a photo of her, or do we? We put some photos into the book a while ago and after a giant coffee spill incident. No, we don't want to do anything positive for them. We want all of them to be, you know, miserable. Alright, what was it? It was, yeah, we'll give her both. Give her food. And we're good on that. Tentacles, tentacles everywhere. Is that a monster from Mars? Wait, they're not tentacles. It's a dang plant Mary Jane was growing. It is mutated and is out of control. Are those teeth? They're huge. We need to do something. Alright, use the axe. And that'll give us some more food. We just need to make it to where we find the tank finished and we give it gas. That's it. Alright, die, you plant thing, die. Is this sharp enough for you? Chop, chop, phew. That was a close one. Without this axe, we would have been plant food. Or would that make us fertilizer? Well, the joke is on that dang plant, since we ended up harvesting some of it for food. Good deal. We have a lot of food. We have a lot of food. We are set in stone. Holy cow. If there's anyone that can rescue us from this hellish situation, it's our government. You can't badmouth them. You can badmouth them all you want, but that probably means you're either a naysayer or a commie. We're good citizens. We've been paying our taxes regularly, so we're sure Uncle Sam is coming to get us. Well, except that one time when never mind. The government people are coming, and we should keep our ears and eyes open for any sign of them. Thinking about, what was it? Which one was it that mentioned the alien thing? It just made me think of it, but I've been thinking about getting 60 parsecs and trying that game. It looks pretty fun. I've had one commenter mention that I should move to that one at some point. I'm wanting to finish this one, and I will finish it, but I'm debating on getting 60 parsecs and starting it. I don't know if I should wait till I finish 100% this one, or if I should start while I'm still doing this. I don't know. If there's one thing we need to do, it's to get used to the radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcast that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that, or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. Alright. Dehydration, we'll go ahead and do that. And we'll give her both. Last night, the whole shelter was woken up by Ted screaming bloody murder. He was terrified, shouting something about tentacled radioactive mutants on top of his face. Turned out it was just Mary Jane stepping on his head in the dark. Ted took it very personal and demands medical care. I'm going to say no. If he gets injured, we have the med kit, but I don't want to just use it because. So we'll just see what plays out on this and go from there after. Yeah, he's fine. He's probably not happy, but he's fine. Mary Jane tried to apologize, but Ted was not having it. He kept lamenting about broken noses and cracked skulls, stumbling around the shelter and gesturing wildly, until he tripped over something and fell. Oh hey, a can of soup. That discovery calmed Ted right down. Dude, are you serious? Little Timmy did not survive? Okay. Well, there goes the crazy person one. And now we got two crazy people. For no reason. Okay. We're not getting the cat. I don't care for that. I guess as long as the mom survives, we've got enough food and everything to make it through this. We just need her to find... We just need her to find the thing. Man, that's rough. Do we have any weapons, maybe? We do have the rifle. We'll send her with a rifle to make sure she's safe. That sucks. Let's see where they're at. Okay. We could really use some more supplies. We counted all of them today. The numbers did not make us happy. Time to do something about it. We know. Yeah, now we get this. If we would have got this earlier, we probably would have gotten that achievement. We know that the teacher from the local school managed to rescue a bunch of kids and lead them to the nearby building where they're relatively safe. And we could really use whatever they have. Yeah, if we would have got this like 3 days earlier, we would have gotten the mom crazy for sure. I know that. Man, that's rough. Alright, we're no bandits. Sure, we need supplies, but not at the cost of others. We don't bother those people. We won't bother these people. A man who takes canned tomato soup from another is not worthy to taste that soup. Let's just hope that everybody else out there is as decent as our family. Give him both. We'll go ahead and give her both as well. We didn't expect the ringing phone call soon after the atomic bomb drop, yet here we are. We can clearly hear the phone ringing outside. It must be the public phone booth on the other side of the street. Should someone go answer it? No, thank you. No, thank you. Alright, so the dad's not tired anymore. It's way too dangerous to just randomly run out to a ringing phone in the middle of a radioactive ghost town. We're not taking any chances. It took a while for the ringing to stop. It was pretty annoying for all of us. Okay, he's fine, she's fine. We could use some extra supplies. The last time we went on a supply run, we noticed a damaged tank in the rubble nearby. How about we send someone to investigate? Yeah, we'll send the daughter. She's already deranged. And she just blew up. Just blew the daughter up. Okay. The last thing we expected was a giant explosion. We could hear the debris falling from the sky and hitting the sad remains of our house. The tank must have been booby-trapped or contained volatile explosives. Why did we do it? Why? Alright, which is fine, because that's not the tank that we escape on. That's just a random event that could happen. Alright, we'll just go. We'll just keep moving. Alright, let's see. Is Ted hungry or thirsty? He is not. You would expect the post-apocalypse to be a time of peace and quiet since, you know, most of the people aren't around anymore. Yet, here we have someone at our door. When we opened it up, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him a water chip. A water chip? What the heck is that? Been watching Fallout, so we know that the water chip is a Fallout reference. I like that show. It's really good, actually. We explained politely that we didn't have a water chip, but we were happy to share some water with him. The man was visibly disappointed, but thanked us for the water and left us with the gas mask. Odd. Alright, Ted, give him both. Open in the name of freedom, came a shout from outside our door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. Should we open it? We have 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got too many items for that. We'll probably get robbed, so we'll say no. Okay, I need the mother to come home and say the tank is good to check out. We stayed silent until the group on the other side of the door went away. They didn't show up afterwards, so we figured it was a wise thing to do. Let's just hope they don't come back in greater numbers. Hear that? Noises coming from below. That is probably the right time. Sorry, one sec. Still got a bit of a cough. It hasn't gone away in like a month. It's been driving me nuts. Hear that? Noises coming from below. This is probably the right time to check out the manhole in the corner. The one that's been locked tight ever since we got to the shelter. We don't have anything to do that, so it's fine. Good, the mom's home. Alright, please say something about the tank. Please say something about the tank. Going into the tight, dark tunnel is not a good idea, especially with those weird noises coming from it. They're giving us the creeps, even up here. We're glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. We tried our luck at a nearby bar, fittingly called the World's End. Usually such a respectable family like our own would never go there, but this time we gave it a shot, hoping to find some unclaimed goods. Who would have known that tomato soup used to be such a popular snack in a bar? We found a few cans of it and took them with us. We didn't expect to find any clean water at the bar, but we weren't wrong. And we weren't wrong. Whatever we found wasn't pure and it wasn't water, but hey, if it quenches the thirst, it counts. Our little trip to the surface might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. That sucks. We didn't get anything to do with the tank. Wait! It wasn't a hallucination. There really was a tank down the street. The vehicle was armored with metal grills decorated with the bloody skulls and bones that fitted with the real cannon. It even had wheels, and all this magnificent beast would need is a driver and some fuel. We've got plenty of fuel. Let's go. Panzer! We got that achievement. We're done. We're done with that achievement. Holy cow. Holy cow. Hang on one sec. I got a cough. Our dreams have finally come true. No more waiting for rescue. No more rotting in this tiny bunker. We're out of here. So long, suckers. Whoever finds this shelter can keep it. We are embarking on a post-apocalyptic journey of our lives. We don't know where we'll end up. Anywhere will be fine as long as it's far away from this hellhole. All right. Good deal. Good deal. We got the Panzer achievement. I think we only have 8 achievements left. 3 of them are basically beating all the modes on all difficulties. One of them, hang on, what are they? One of them's doing the cuckoo's nest, getting everybody crazy. Yeah, we got a few things. So we are so close to finishing this. We're so close. I'm excited. I'm so excited to 100% this game. This is a somewhat short video. Somewhat short video. But I mean, we got the achievement. I think I'm gonna call it a wrap. But if you enjoyed this content, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. It all helps. Seriously, it helps. And I hope you have a good night. You know, if today's good, I hope tomorrow's better. And I'll see you here next time. Goodbye.